Over the past month, we started quite a few new strength and conditioning off-season programs. All of our fall athletes, like our volleyball, soccer, and football teams, are getting started now. Believe it or not, seems a little early, but these are the groups that have the whole winter, spring, and summer and really have to stretch out the longevity of their off-season to make sure that they're hitting on all cylinders starting in the fall. So what do we tell those groups that have this long duration that they have to go through to get to their season, right? How do we sustain that? And we tell them three things. The first is attention to detail. Over the course of my career, I've had groups that have gotten a tremendous amount out of our program, and I've had some groups that got something out of it, but maybe could have got a little bit more. And the difference between those two groups are really that attention to detail. If I show an exercise, let's say it's like a calf stretch, and I describe exactly what that calf stretch is going to help them do, where they should be feeling it, and how they should be creating the action throughout that movement, that person's going to get way more out of it because every single rep, they're going to get a little bit better with that movement. And that compounds, right? Every time they get a rep, and then every time they do that exercise throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the phase, and throughout the entire program, they're going to get exponentially better results than someone who just kind of goes through the motions. And you see that a lot in training nowadays, is people just picking up a program with exercises and just doing the things that are on a video, not really understanding what they're supposed to be feeling and how they're supposed to feel it. And then the second thing is really being consistent with the program. So everybody always is kind of looking for, and I get it, it's kind of that time and everybody's looking for that immediate gratification, but there's no magical program out there. If you want to go on ChatGPT or Google and look up the best program out there, you can do that, but it really comes down to if you're following that program, right? So, coming in and day out, there's no magical workout that's going to just like wow you. I hope we're having a good experience when we're in the weight room, but it's doing the basics and the simple things really, really well over time, consistently, that is going to help get you to where you want to go. So we're going to make sure that people are consistent and they're paying attention to detail. And then the last thing is making sure that they are keeping the goal, right? Too many times I see in the weight room, we become really good lifters, or we become bodybuilders, right? We're lifting a bunch of weight, we're trying to get bigger and stronger, and we actually are not doing anything to help our sport. So, if your goal is to be a bodybuilder, if your goal is to be as big as possible, hey, that's fine. But that's not usually what you're coming to us for. Usually we're trying to get faster, more explosive, yes, get stronger, more durable, and have all those things that come after it. But remember, the training is not the goal itself, right? And I think that can kind of get confused nowadays because there are so many things out there where fitness is a race, or fitness is, the thing that the person is actually really identifying themselves with. But at the end of the day, I don't want you to just become a good lifter. I don't want you to just get really good at the weight room. I want the stuff that we do in training to actually help support you in your sport. So let's keep those three things, right? Attention to detail, consistency, and then keep the goal. Make sure that we're using our training as a tool to get to where we want to go in our sport or in life.